Welcome. Today, Ukraine faces multiple Russian attacks as NATO seeks to calm Moscow's neighbors. Russia said its forces had edged forward in eastern Ukraine, and Kiev said Moscow was planning something in the south, while NATO sought to shore up other countries that fear destabilization from Moscow. Ukraine's general staff said earlier that its troops had repelled 6 Russian attacks in 24 hours in the eastern Donbas region, while Russian artillery had relentlessly shelled across the Dnieper River, including at Kherson City, in the south. Winter weather has hampered fighting on the ground, and Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky has told Ukrainians to expect a major Russian barrage this week on Ukraine's stricken electricity infrastructure, which Moscow has pounded roughly weekly since early October. These are President Vladimir Putin's new targets. He's hitting them hard, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said after NATO talks in Bucharest. Putin had focused his fire and ire on Ukraine's civilians by bombing more than a third of its energy system supplying power and water, but the strategy will not work, Blinken said, adding that NATO was also concerned by China's ties with Moscow. The NATO allies offered on Wednesday to help nearby Moldova, Georgia, and Bosnia, all under pressure from Russia, NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg said. If there is one lesson from Ukraine, it is that we need to support them now, Stoltenberg told a news conference, while Estonian Foreign Minister Urmas Reinsalu told Reuters the beast also wants to take control of the Western Balkans. Ukraine's president said Russian forces were attacking Ukrainian government-controlled areas of Donetsk and Luhansk provinces, which make up the eastern Donbas, as well as Kharkiv in the northeast, where Ukraine pushed them back in September. The situation at the front is difficult, Zelensky said in his nightly video address. Despite extremely large losses, the occupiers are still trying to advance in the east and they're planning something in the south, he said, without elaborating. A teenager was killed when Russia shelled a hospital in the northern Sumy region, and another person was killed and one wounded in Russia's Kherson shelling, other officials said. Russia said later that its forces had taken full control of 3 settlements in the Donetsk region, Andrivka, Belagorovka, and Pershy-Travnya, and destroyed a warehouse in the southeastern Dnipropetrovsk region containing U.S.-made HIMARS shells. Reuters could not independently verify the latest battlefield reports. NATO ministers began a 2-day meeting in Bucharest on Tuesday with pledges both to help Ukrainians cope with what the Defense Alliance's chief said was Moscow using winter weather as a weapon of war and to help sustain Kiev's military campaign. Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova said the outcome showed NATO was absolutely not interested in a political and diplomatic solution in Ukraine. Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba said Ukrainians needed fast and lasting help, and he was looking to the global south as well as the west to join this common struggle.